Jessica Andrade is one of the rare fighters who could be like, yeah, I know I was damn near in title contention at the flyweight division, but I'm just going to step back into strawweight. And if I get a big win right here, they're probably going to give me a title shot here in the next, couple of fights. Yan Xiaonan, another one who is, I don't want to say criminally underrated, but I think she is massively underrated for what she's capable of and her progression over the last couple of fights. Yes, did she lose to Marina Rodriguez? She did. I thought that was arguable. I just watched it back too, and I could see the argument, but if you watch the next fight against Mackenzie Dern, you saw a complete different stylistic approach, right? Just a little more pressure intensive. So when everything is boding well for Yan Xiaonan and the people who are hardcore are like, oh yeah, you don't even understand. She's tall, she's long, she got the takedown defense. An anomaly comes in that's named Jessica Andrade, who can just destroy that entire game plan because she can come in, hit you with one good one, and everything can go awry from there. Here's my question to you. Jessica Andrade has struggled with fighters that kind of have a similar style to Yan Xiaonan. I want to say one of them, of course, has been Rose Namajunas, right? Does Yan Xiaonan have the footwork, the stamina, and the head movement to be able to evade Jessica Andrade for 15 minutes without catching a big one?
No, Derek, that's because that is a very hard task for 15 minutes to do. I don't know if many of us out there can do it. Now, the speed that Yan Xiaonan presents, that right there does give me a little bit of pause because that speed that she has is it's matched. It's out there. And I'm sure Jessica Andrade has seen a lot of it. But will it be their game night when, everything's down? You've been cutting weight. This is now dropping down a little bit to the smaller weight class, right? They're fighting at strawweight? No. Yep. Fighting at strawweight. So will Jessica Andrade, will the cut be too much for her? I don't think so. She's a pro, but like you said, Derek, she gets one on the inside, steps in, catches a kick, something like that, gets a big body shot. It's a whole nother fight with the power that comes along from Andrade.
I just have to say, when I watched back that Erin Blanchfield fight, it was almost like watching a different fighter. Like you weren't really watching Jessica Andrade. And I think part of it was the short notice nature of it, just the stepping in, let's see what happens. Because she was literally chin sky high, rushing in just like, I was like, yo, you're brawling right now, straight up, right? And even though she got cracked multiple times by a bigger Erin Blanchfield, who just like looked enormous in the cage against her, right? She didn't even get phased by one of those shots. And she was able to crack back on Blanchfield and noticeably mark up her face, man. Like, give her some good ones. I just feel like with Yan Xiaonan, who has she fought that can mimic somebody that is like Jessica Andrade? The only person I could think about that is even remotely in there is Marina Rodriguez, and that's not the same pop. She has that dangerous striking, but it's not that Jessica Andrade sledgehammer and cracking you in the head, right? This is the real X factor in this matchup, though. We can talk about the striking all we want. If it stays on the feet, that's the best approach to victory for Yan Xiaonan. Does Andrade say, let me take her down, bro? I got jiu-jitsu. I'm a submission specialist. Let me take her down. Or is she just going to always be classic, bate estaca, headhunter? What do you think?
Derek, I think there's a reason Uncle Dana allows Jessica Andrade to jump back and forth between weight classes, and it's because she's classic Bate Azteca. She's not going to change unless absolutely needs to, and then you can hit a standing triangle, standing arm choke, something like that. So as long as it's exciting, I think Jessica Andrade will do it. Exciting usually starts on the feet, but if she can find a finish, I think that's how a submission happens. Do you agree?
I do, but I don't. Yan Xiaonan is tough, man. You got to give it to her. Yan Xiaonan is very tough, bro. Only 2 losses in her last 10 fights. Carla Esparza, right, where she just got, that was kind of questionable too, but she basically just got wrestle fucked, right, for, the entirety of the fight. And then Marina Rodriguez, which was a close one. Now, if you look at Andrade, on the other hand, she's really only lost to champions and then Erin Blanchfield, right? So it's tough. Yan Xiaonan's tough. And a big part of me says Yan Xiaonan can upset Jessica Andrade with the speed and the footwork and the movement. But that is just if Andrade says, I just want to box with you and I don't want to sit there and I don't want to grapple. I don't want to initiate clinches. Listen, man, I hate to do this, but give me Jessica Andrade. Give me a 3rd round TKO against Yan Xiaonan, bro. Give me a little bit later. I think Yan Xiaonan can survive, but once you get into that 3rd round and that movement slows down a little bit and now you can't quite evade the way you could, Andrade, her power is going to be there for 15 minutes, bro. I think it's just going to be a little bit too much. How do you see it?
Yeah, I actually see it very close to you, Derek. I picture Andrade starting this fight off, pushing Xiaonan against the fence, bullying her up, beating her up, slowing her down, TKO round 2.
Let me just ask you this, because I have to play devil's advocate. I do think Yan Xiaonan, even though she has she has actually one finish in her last 10 fights, right? That was a long, long time ago. That was back in 2015. Can she catch Andrade and finish Andrade with a counter, given that Andrade comes in very recklessly with her chin sky high sometimes?
I mean, she's in the best camp for one of the best camps for it, man. Team Alpha Males, where Jean Chanon's fighting out of. And if there's anybody that knows how to handle a blitz from a bully, it's the guys who are out there bullying each other at Team Alpha Male. So, yeah, right. It's a possibility.
My man basically said it's a fist fight, bro. Anything can happen. What are we talking about? Yeah, of course. All